What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you guys are on a fantastic day today. And today we have the May, June, and July 2021 Tulsa International Airport update for you guys. I really hope you guys are excited for today's video. Today we have an absolutely ginormous Tulsa International Airport update for you guys. Tulsa has been thriving over these last few months, and I am so excited to show off what is going on at Tulsa International Airport. It's been way too long since I've been able to make an airport update, and I'm super excited to get going here at Tulsa International Airport. Welcome everybody. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day today. Man, we have a ton of stuff going on. We got a bunch of new routes. We have a brand new airline that has started service into Tulsa International Airport. We have full loads on a regular basis. Tulsa is doing its thing, and I am super excited for today's airport update, guys. I hope you guys are excited for it, and without any further delay, we are going to begin over here at the B concourse, because there's been a ton of stuff going on over here at Terminal B. I believe it's titled as an actual concourse, but concourse, Terminal B, whatever the sector is called, we have an absolute facility over here. So I apologize about the lighting. I think we have a little outdoor cabana area by the pool, and I think the roof may be interfering with these aircraft. I honestly have no idea. There shouldn't be anything interfering with it, but as you can tell, a little bit shaded down on these first couple aircraft, but we're gonna have some phenomenal golden hour lighting in here today for this update. Been way too long, everybody. Let's get started right here at Gate Bravo 1. We have the Southwest Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8. Southwest's been flying these pretty regularly into Tulsa. You know, it's not on any set schedule. It's just on random flights, they just get substituted in all the time. That's what seems to be the case for most of these mid-sized airports. So this 737 or MAX 8, I should say, this guy's coming in from Dallas Love Field. That's probably the most common destination. Dallas, Denver, and St. Louis and Las Vegas have also saw a fair share. Phoenix as well. I even think that Houston Hobby's seen a couple, but we'll say that he's coming in from Dallas Love Field. We'll be making a flight up to Houston Hobby. And this view isn't the best perspective, so I'm going to move up to those next two aircraft. Next in line, we have the two Panda model exclusive Southwest Airlines Boeing 737-700. It's absolutely stunning. In the front right here, we have the Heart livery with split scimitars. Looking super sharp, everybody. This guy is currently arriving in from Houston Hobby, and he will be making a flight up to St. Louis for us today. And next in line, we have the rather stunning California 1 Southwest Airlines Boeing 737-700. This guy's currently loading up. Unfortunately, we do not have a destination in California. However, I think honestly, if things keep evolving really well, maybe Los Angeles is a possibility in the future. I would be interested to see even a San Diego or San Francisco. But for now, we do have our California 1 model in here. This guy's currently arriving in from Las Vegas, Nevada. And he'll be making a flight out to Phoenix Sky Harbor for us today. Super nice aircraft over here. And at Bravo 9, we have our brand new airline. This is the first time we're welcoming a new airline to Tulsa International Airport in approximately 2 years or so, ever since Vita Air started flights to Austin, but that has ceased operations, and then we had Frontier, the relaunch back in 2018, but this is like the first big time airline in quite some time for Tulsa International Airport. It has been some time. Welcome everybody, Breeze Airways to Tulsa International Airport. I really wish that I would have been able to make some more content in terms of this. I was supposed to be on the inaugural flight as well, but unfortunately I got sick and those plans got derailed. So it's definitely been a really rough go at it. But anyways, we do have the JetBlue Emerald 190 and the barcode livery to kind of fill the void because, sorry, not barcode, a blueprint livery to fill the void because obviously there is no Breeze Airways model yet. And this is kind of close, but not quite there. Wow, so excited to have Breeze Airways here at Tulsa International Airport on May 21st, 2021. Breeze Airways announced their brand new first 49 routes and first, I believe, 16 cities. Tulsa International Airport being one of those, with also nearby geographic standing airports, Oklahoma City, Real Rogers World Airport, along with Northwest Arkansas, Fayetteville International Airport. So super delighted to have Breeze Airways. Their flights have been going very well to this point. So we have this Breeze Airways we have the JetBlue Airways Embraer J-190. It's kind of fitting with David Neilman and everything, so it's pretty fair. But we're going to be using it as a Breeze Airways today. They have took over B9, which I was a little surprised by. I'm going to assume that the lease, it's a pretty decent gate. It's a brand new gate that got installed only a couple of years ago. Frontier has since moved to gate B10. That's a United gate that they share now. So yeah, I'm assuming that Breeze wanted to pay up for this nice gate that they installed for Frontier, but hey, we'll definitely take it. So Breeze having a really nice establishment here of about, I want to say it comes out to, I think it's going to come out somewhere around 15 weekly flights when we get our next two destinations, which is really awesome. On June 4th, 2021, Breeze Airways announced nonstop service, launched nonstop service to Tampa International Airport in the Embraer J-195. Service has been doing super well to this point, which has been absolutely awesome. And then on July 15th, Breeze Airways will also start nonstop service to New Orleans International Airport along with San Antonio International Airport, which will be absolutely awesome. So the New Orleans flight will come in on an Embraer 190 in the morning, and then the plane, actually very, very clever choice by Breeze. San Antonio only has 3 destinations, which are the 3 geographic ones I talked about, Fayetteville or Bennetville, whatever you want to call it, Tulsa and Oklahoma City. So the planes are actually going to come in from New Orleans. They all 3 have the same 3 destinations. The plane's going to come in from New Orleans, do a turn to San Antonio, so go to San Antonio, load up, and come right back to those airports, and then they're going to go back to New Orleans later in the day. Super, super clever choice by Breeze. So aircraft comes in from New Orleans, and then it does a turn to San Antonio, comes back in from San Antonio, and then goes back to New Orleans. Now, that will be on the Embraer 190 for the time being. But we'll say for the inaugural and everything, this Breeze Airways Embraer J-195 will have a nonstop service today out to the one and only, trying to think of what the airport's called, dang it, Tampa International Airport. Really excited to have these 3 markets back. New Orleans and San Antonio have failed with low-cost air carriers in the past, Allegiant and Frontier respectively. But I really like where Breeze is coming from on these. These are good yield routes, and I really feel like that they're going to have a ton of success if executed properly, which I feel like Breeze will have the ultimate potential to do. Super, super excited for Breeze. They had an awesome inaugural, tons of festies, water can salute, media got to be on the ground for it, and multiple Instagram spotters. Really wish that I would have been able to be a part of it, but everything happens for a reason, so I'm hopeful that maybe in the future I'll have a chance to be a part of something really great like this, but absolutely awesome. So let's get on this water can salute real quick and have a little bit of fun with that. Alrighty, so like I said, Breeze Airways took over gate B9, so that means that Frontier had to go somewhere. Now, even though they typically only have 2 weekly and some weeks 3 weekly flights, they still moved gates because their timings, especially during select seasons, would interfere with Breeze's operations. So Frontier is now using gate B10. United is now mainly using B4, 6, and 8. However, they do use gate B10 for their Denver overnight right now, but that may not be the case in the winter. So not bad at all, though. Really, really glad to see Frontier move over here to gate B10, and now they're utilizing this gate. They're doing Thursday and Sunday right now during the summer season. This Airbus A320 with Griswold the Bear on the tail is currently loading up with the turn out to Denver. Like I said, they only have 2 weekly flights right now, Thursday and Sunday. Hopefully they'll build up the frequency, but honestly, after such a derail relaunch out of Tulsa, I'm really, really glad that they sustained service, and especially year-round, because that wasn't even expected pre-pandemic. So to see that they are committed to Tulsa, at least with the Denver service, is a really, really I'm trying to think of the best way to word it. It's a real blessing. So very, very glad to have Frontier here. It's absolutely awesome. Alrighty, next in line we have a super, super awesome service going on right here. Right here we have a United Airlines Boeing 737-900ER. Would never have anticipated on saying that at this point in the pandemic recovery. 737-900ER, this guy is currently loading up on the Houston Intercontinental overnight on the return flight here in the morning, Houston turn if you will. So United really stepped it up. In the May schedule, they added a Airbus overnight, 4 weekly like A319s, and then 3 weekly A320s. It was something along the lines of that, but it alternated a little bit. So overnight Airbus narrow body was super, super cool to complement 3 other daily flights to Houston. I think a 175 and then 2 commuter Air 145s maybe, I think something along those lines. So that was really, really cool. And then in June, brought the 737, which I was not, that continued into June with the Airbus narrow bodies, and then in July brought the 737-900, which I was not expecting, whatsoever, which was super, super exciting. This one is in the Eco Skies livery, and on July 1st, when the United July schedule went into effect with the 737-900, I think it was irony, but the Eco Skies livery actually flew this flight, which is super, super cool. So even though the daylight wasn't out, it was like almost dark, but it was pretty much late dusk Still really nice to get the awesome lighting here on the Eco Skies livery. Really awesome model. It's been such a shame that I haven't been able to utilize it more, but still such a nice livery and aircraft right here with the green winglets and the Eco Skies titles. Absolutely awesome and a great way to promote the environment. I think it's just saving our trees and everything. I think that's the Eco Skies purpose. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's something in the environment realm. So that's absolutely awesome. And yeah, they do park at B8 with the mainline aircraft. This is our only mainline flight at the current time, but that's a-okay. They do look to continue this with their confirmed August and September schedules. They'll be bringing back another 2 flights, as they got the 5 flights in July, but I believe in September they'll be bringing 7 daily flights, and we'll be back to the Airbus overnight, on top of multiple 175s, 145s, and I think a couple flying dumpsters, which is CRJ200, but not complaining whatsoever. Absolutely awesome model from GJ. I would really like to see NG take a stab at this, but I'm content with this one. I mean, it's a super rare model from what I know, but really awesome stuff. Welcome United Mainline back to Tulsa. I hope we get Denver soon, but with Southwest and Frontier competing, I don't know if we're going to be in the realms of that happening, but one could hope. Historically, they have done it quite a bit with Airbuses, 737-300s way back when. So maybe we'll get lucky, but we'll just have to see. And right here, currently loading at the gate Bravo 4, we have the United Express operating on the behalf of Commute Air, Embraer ERJ-145XR. This guy's currently loading up, and he's going to be making a turnaround out to Denver International Airport. Super awesome to finally have Commute Air on the Denver service, as we did have a lot of 145s before ExpressJet and Trans-State Airlines both went out of business, and then United's been 145 less for quite a while, till a few months ago when they reestablished the Denver hub with the 145s with Commute Air's new hub. And now they have came Tulsa a little bit. I believe 2 daily flights in 145, but mainly those CRJ200s have been the workhorse with SkyWest. So, but hey, we'll take it. Really awesome. This is at B4, like I said. We'll find our CRJ550 here towards the end of the update, as it's currently on takeoff rolls. So looking really nice for that Chicago service. And United, really glad to see the mainline and the frequency. They are filling these planes. I have looked at loads regularly, and I'm happy to say that they've been filling at least 60% on some of their more, or mainly in the Houston, where it's been a little lower with so many frequencies, but still really going strong. So huge fan of this. Well done, United. Keep it up. And let's look at some interesting movements over here. All right, and right here we have a very interesting situation. This is a Southwest Airlines Boeing 737-800 over here on the hard stand. One thing that I forgot to mention about Southwest that I did is at gate B7, which is that vacant gate between Breeze and Southwest. Southwest has actually had a 4th overnight, just like United, and B7 has not been used in a long time. I think the last guys to use it was probably TWA back in the late 90s. However, at B7, they have been parking it overnight there, which has been really cool. It doesn't have a jet bridge or anything, so what they do is the first aircraft to fully get deplaned and cleaned up before the overnight start, that plane will go into gate B7, it will get towed over, and then the other 3 aircraft, like we saw in the beginning of this video, we'll just hang out at B1, 3, and 5, and then they'll do the same thing in the morning. Whichever plane gets out first, that aircraft will go into that gate and then get loaded up for the 4 flights of the day out on the overnight, if you will. So that's really awesome. However, this 737-800 is currently here on the diversion going from Kansas City to Dallas Love Field, and it diverted Tulsa due to a ton of thunderstorms in the Dallas area. Oklahoma City Railroad has been getting a boatload of diversions, especially in late June, from the thunderstorms in Dallas. They even got an Emirates 777-300, I think a couple 747s, American Dreamliners, tons of American Mainline, Delta A220, so they've got the fair share of all kinds of stuff. Now, I thought that this was a very interesting and kind of ironic diversion, because Southwest used to have a very sustained route to Kansas City MCI International Airport, to Tulsa on Southwest for many years. I think the service ended around 2005 to 2010, somewhere before 2010. I think it was just too close proximity to the St. Louis hub that they have, and ultimately Southwest decided that the service, I believe Oklahoma City also had it, but it just wasn't a sustainable service long term. And I think the economic crisis of 2009 may have been what drove it out. I honestly have no idea, but it was a very established route. It was here for many decades, flown on 737-300, 500, that sort of thing, and I dearly miss it. But I just thought it was ironic to see that diversion. You know, that was a typical route: Kansas City, Tulsa, Dallas Love Field. So, But hey, still looking good in the heart colors and looking really nice. So we have an aircraft taxiing in. We'll hit up that aircraft here. Currently taxiing in, we have this American Eagle Bombardier CRJ-700 operated on the behalf of SkyWest Airlines. This guy's currently making a non-stop flight in from... Now, we have had some SkyWest flights, I think I mentioned in April update, from Chicago and SkyWest, but our main destination that's came back since April that we talked about was Los Angeles. Currently a daily service, so we'll say this guy's currently making a Los Angeles turn. Really, really exciting stuff as American will be upgrading. I think this was announced in May. We'll be upgrading from one daily CRJ-700 flight to Los Angeles to 2 daily CRJ-700 flights, which I'm really excited about. Flight currently comes in the late evening and goes back to Los Angeles, but we'll have a flight come in earlier in the day and then do a turn, do an overnight here at Tulsa for Los Angeles. Very similar to our Charlotte service, which I found was really, really awesome. Just appreciate that lighting while we're here. That is awesome. So excited to get the CRJ-900s unboxed. I'm hopeful that I'll be feeling good enough to do that very soon. That will be an excellent addition. We do have a CRJ-900 here, just not of the normal American Airlines colors, but big fan of the CRJ-700 model that they did. January 2015, I believe. I believe it was the CRJ-700, 787-8, the first release, and the 737-800 second release that month. I don't know how I remember just these random facts about model aircraft, but here we are. So yeah, awesome model though, really, really nice. And we have some decent, or some solid hatch. I was just thinking decent because the B concourse was absolutely loaded. So the A concourse still have some solid changes over there. So we'll take it over there and get us rolling over there. Alrighty, and right here, beginning with the A concourse, we have this Allegiant Air Airbus A320. This guy is in the current paint scheme, looking really, really solid. Allegiant Air recently announced new non-stop service to Austin International Airport, as I'll talk about a little bit more when we hit the American Airlines section. As Americans went absolutely crazy on new flights out of Tulsa, but Allegiant responded to one of Americans' moves with a new service to Austin. Outside of that, they have been doing very well. Both the seasonal services to St. Petersburg, Clearwater, and Destin Fort Walton Beach did show up for our summer season. So let's say this guy's gonna be doing the St. Petersburg turn. I don't feel like I do that one enough. So we'll say that he's doing the St. Petersburg turn. Really, really nice service. Orlando, Los Angeles, and Las Vegas are still going super strong, as I'm always glad to see. But the Austin flight will be really cool, but we'll have a full-on segment to talk about American Airlines' actions here at Tulsa International Airport here in just a moment. So let's take it over to that section. And currently pushing back here from gate A5, we have this American Eagle Bombardier J-175 operating on the behalf of Envoy Air. This guy is currently making a pushback non-stop service out to Chicago O'Hare today. I might as well knock it out now because American's been going absolutely crazy. I'll talk a little bit about the summer schedule when we get to a different aircraft that Tulsa hasn't seen revenue service from before. But American Airlines has announced not one, not two, but 3 brand new non-stop new destinations theoretically to Tulsa International Airport. Super, super exciting. All will be flown on the Embraer J-175. And let's begin. So I've done videos on both of them, but just to do a solid analysis here. Earlier in June, American Airlines announced a massive expansion out of Austin International Airport with a bunch of regional flights to a bunch of mid-sized cities, and Tulsa is one of them. It will be a daily flight starting on November 2nd on the Embraer J-175 on the behalf of Envoy Air. Really, really excited for that. Going to be a very neat service. That's what Allegiant replied to. They started 2 weekly services, and that will begin on November 18th. American will begin daily service on the Embraer 175 on November 2nd. Really interested to see how it pans out. It will be a very interesting movement for American. I'm hopeful that it does well. I feel like this would have been a killer time to debut, even though it would be on... let me think of the best way to word this. Even though it would not be fleet-like and schedule-like convenient, I feel like 2 to 4 times a week would have been what to debut in a situation like this, but it would have completely messed up American's movement. So it's either daily or Saturday only. So I do and don't understand, but I'm super excited for it. Don't get me wrong. I'm just like, I really hope it does well, but we'll just have to see. So Austin's the first new flight, and then we have 2 brand new other destinations that will be starting from that announcement from a few weeks ago. So American will begin nonstop service to Washington Reagan National Airport DCA on top of Miami International Airport MIA, which is going to be super exciting. The Washington Reagan service will be more the full-fledged one. It'll be 6 weekly flights on the, now it will, as of right now, be a Republic Airways Embraer 175. I'm not sure how they're going to execute this on Saturday only, because they are not going to fly on Saturdays, but I'll talk about that more in another update when we get closer. It's kind of just going to be a weird schedule on the American Airlines side for how they're going to execute that with no other Republic flights in the schedule right now, but I think they're going to change it later, but that's kind of irrelevant. And they'll also be doing a Saturday only service to Miami. I was a little bummed out to find out it was Saturday only. They did do a 737 Saturday only back in the past, early 2010s, up until about 2014-15 time. They did a 737-800 overnight on Saturday only. Well, actually, went out to Miami in the morning, came back in the night, and they're kind of restarting that on the Envoy 175, I guess, is their intention. They'll leave Tulsa early in the morning, and there'll be a flight that comes back late at night. I'm very confident that they will both be daily flights in Tulsa's network within a few years. Mark my word on that, especially Reagan. I mean, Reagan's right there. But these are great ads. I mean, these are really good destinations, especially Miami. I feel like that one's just going to do really well with this winter season. Still going to be big on leisure travel, but not only that. Reagan, going to be a great destination. Finally back up to the Northeast a little bit. Like I talked about in that video, the Washington D.C. area has kind of been hit or miss for Tulsa over the years. So very, very hopeful that this is a real start. Check out the video if you want some more context, but I don't want to waste a whole update talking about it. 3 brand new services, adding on to 5. So American Eagle establishment, it deserves a whole video. I'll talk about it in the future. I actually kind of talked about it in that video, but just the American Eagle establishment's just been absolutely awesome. So I just love to see it. Super, super awesome. And this flight, like I said, heading to Chicago, I'm sorry, I just had to get that spill out, or I wouldn't have felt comfortable doing a Tulsa update. So yeah, American White Eagle 175 for Envoy up to Chicago on the turnaround. Yeah, so that was pretty much all of our information. I think Breeze has 3 new destinations, American has 3, and Allegiant 1. I believe that's all of our new services for the moment. So that's absolutely awesome. I could give a lot of context about all these situations, but now's not the time to do that. I believe we'll just be just pacing and just dabbing. We'll be going at a solid pace for the rest of this update, I should say. That's how I should word it. So yeah, A7, we have an American Eagle Embraer CRJ-900 operating on behalf of Mesa Airlines, as you can see by the house livery. Love using this custom. I'm a big fan of it. It turned out super nice, I believe. This guy is currently loading up on turnaround service at the Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. In May, it was the Mesa CRJ-900. And in June and into July, it's been operated as an overnight flight, just like the Mesa was. However, now it's been operated on those SkyWest all-white, removed Delta branding CRJ-900s. They only have 3 of them over there at Phoenix. And if you checked out those updates, I kind of explained what the situation with that was. So they are using those right now. So that is what it's going on, just those 3. So been nice to see the capacity still up there. Just interesting that they're not doing much substitution. So very, very awesome stuff right there. And then at A9, we have this American Airlines Airbus A320. Summer schedule went absolutely insane at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport and brought in a lot of aircraft that a lot of airports never expected, and the A320 being the main one. Tulsa has seen a daily service on this Airbus A320 on the 10 o'clock arrival and 5 a.m. departure. Been really, really neat to see this here. Like I said, this is the first time Tulsa's got revenue American A320 service because they were with US Airways, so they've never came in the past. They were scheduled to come in the spring period of 2020. They were going to upgrade the earlier day Charlotte flight from the CRJ-900 to the Airbus A320, but that was suspended due to the COVID-19 pandemic. So we got the Airbus A320 now, which I'm very, very excited to see it. I was actually supposed to be on the second daily flight with my Breeze inaugural on the 10 o'clock arrival back in, but unfortunately, as I said, that got canceled. But I'm very hopeful, if all things go according to plan, that I maybe, just maybe, will be on this flight. Stay tuned, everybody. And right here at gate A10, I apologize about the kind of poor angle. We have this American Eagle Embraer CRJ-175 operating on the behalf of Republic Airways. First ever Republic revenue service for American into Tulsa. We've had United in the past for Republic, but never American. This guy's currently revenuing from Charlotte Tulsa International Airport. Our overnight Charlotte flight got changed from 737 to the Embraer 175. And it was the first time that we've not had CLT 737 normal fledged overnight service in years. So, but it did come back for June, so now it's back to the 737 CRJ-900. So yeah, it was just the 1 month in May, but I thought I would include it since it was pretty significant change here. So American 175 operating on behalf of Republic, heading back out to Charlotte. Nice to see that. Alrighty, let's take it over here to the Delta section. We do have a little bit of news, which is exciting. Okay, so I believe, if I'm not mistaken, in May is when Delta went up to the Embraer 175 for Salt Lake City, double daily like it was last summer, and Delta has been a little inconsistent, but kind of there. I believe in April it was 1 daily 717 and 3 daily Endeavor CRJ-900s, and then I believe in May it went to 2 and 2 of each. And I believe since June, it's been 3 daily 717s and 1 daily Endeavor CRJ-900, and it's looking to stay that way for until September through the official schedule. So that's been really nice to see. At this point, at least for the indefinite future, I do not see us getting the 737-800. Just doesn't really make too much geographic sense and logical sense when you have such an asset in the 717. So, and the next big news is Minneapolis will finally return on September 8th in anticipation for some real business travel to finally come. That is what Tulsa International Airport and Delta expect, as Minneapolis will return 1 daily Embraer 175 for SkyWest. It'll come in the morning. So really, really awesome to see it. So gate A6, we have the Delta Embraer 170 filling in for the SkyWest 175, getting ready to push back service out to Salt Lake City. Excited for Minneapolis to return. Going to be an absolute dynamic asset. I'm hopeful that we can get some new Delta destinations at some point. I feel like we may be able to get Detroit back if business travel ever comes back a little bit. I've always really wanted to see somebody do New Concordia, and I feel like American's on pace to do that in the future. But I feel like if Delta, if they could just, you know, they have it to Fayetteville, so I'm like, you know, maybe, but hey. And then we have at A4 the Delta 717, nonstop service out to, sorry guys, I've been talking a ton, Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson International Airport. So very glad to see all this thriving. Looking really, really nice over here. So we have some cargo over here, so let's get our cargo action going. Okay, so I know it's not the best view of everything, but it is, you do get every plane in one frame, so I was like, why not, let's go for it. So cargo hasn't really changed very much. There's nothing too crazy to report on. Just been steady, consistent. So here we go. In the top left, we have that FedEx Express Boeing 757-200 freighter currently arriving in from Fort Alliance Airport, and he'll make a flight. Let's go with, I think I saw one in Las Vegas, so we'll go with Las Vegas. Currently loading up over there, kind of in the shade, we have that UPS 757 freighter. This guy's currently loading up. Just arrived in from Little Rock. He'll make a flight out to Dallas-Fort Worth. That's one of the most common. In the middle, we have that UPS Boeing 767-300 freighter. Currently loading up. He'll be making a flight out to Louisville today. Been very consistent with that. No real changes besides Saturdays. We do get the A300 on that flight. And then on Monday night, they do fly a 6:50 p.m. arrival in the evening. But every morning at 5:07 a.m., I believe that UPS 767 is here and does a straight turnaround. And currently loading up right here. I was like, what is that? That's just a fancy GSC card. I thought it was a rip in my paper. Got that FedEx Express McDonnell MD-10F. They have sent these MD-11 and the 757 a couple times on Memphis. And I want to say it's mainly been the 767, but they also sent some MD-10s a couple mornings in May, I think. But I think it's mainly just been 767. But I thought, since they sent it a couple times, and I have no idea how long until they're going to get retired, got that FedEx Express MD-10 at 30. I believe it was a 30, but it may have been the -10. Nonstop service up to Memphis today. And then currently, right here in the corner, we have that FedEx feeder ATR 4072, on the behalf of Empire Air, I believe. It's Empire or Southern. It's one or the other. I think it's Empire, though. Normally they park on the other ramp like we've talked about, and I think FedEx Mainline now does, or whatever you want to call it, FedEx Express does now. But since it's the best I can do for a ramp right now, we're kind of making do with what we got. This guy's currently loading up, and he'll make a flight out to, I think I did Wichita last time, so we'll do Fort Alliance this time. We'll just say he's coming in from Wichita, going out to Fort Alliance. So really nice setup over here. We do have a few more aircraft, but what an update it's been, my friend. Currently rocking and loading off of runway 18 left. You have this United Express Bombardier Acer Day-550. This guy's on the behalf of GoJet Airlines. This guy's currently rotating, like I said. Non-stop service for us today out to the one and only Chicago O'Hare International Airport. This angle this spot over here kind of reminds me of our middle location when we do our plane spotting. So let me see if I can frame the camera and see how close I can actually get to the comparison. Let me see. Just pretend that the the aircraft was climbing a little bit more, and that's pretty close. Maybe if I zoom it out a little bit, it'll add a little bit more context. Yeah, there we go. But you guys kind of get the gist, but I thought it was kind of cool. So anyways, like I said, heading out to Chicago, one of my favorite regional jets. Looks absolutely awesome, and I hope to fly on it very soon. Looks great, and the tuba back there just complementing it perfectly, isn't it? Alrighty guys, for our last portion of today's airport update, we cannot forget about the American Airlines hangar. We have a lot of awesome stuff going on over here, beginning with the American Airlines Boeing 777-300ER in the hangar. We finally have been getting some of these for actual maintenance, which is something I never really anticipated, with it being the flagship and a lot of great equipment for that in Dallas and Miami. But hey, not complaining whatsoever. So this guy's currently doing a C check, and he'll be heading back out to Dallas Fort Worth here in we'll say tomorrow or something. And then we have a 737-800. This guy's currently running in from, what was the last one I saw? I think I saw a Phoenix at some point. That may have been an A319. But anyways, we'll just say that he's coming in from Phoenix. He's waiting to do a C check, and he's going to be taking it back out to Dallas at some point on a revenue flight. And a brand new delivered Airbus A321neo currently over there getting ready to get fitted up, and he'll be going out to Phoenix here in a couple of days to do some brand new services, brand new revenue services as a brand new aircraft. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's airport update. It was a bunch of fun. Sorry if I sound out of breath. I mean, we've been getting absolutely after it, but I'm super glad to have got to do this update. I'm assuming this is coming out on Friday, so I honestly have no idea. Reno should be next because I have the board out right here. So Reno should be next. So very excited for that. But between Breeze, we got the Southwest movement, United 737s, or mainline I should say. Then we got American's 3 new destinations. We got Allegiant starting Austin. It's a super exciting summer here at Tulsa International Airport. Thank you guys for bearing with me. Like I said, I'm hopeful to have a semi-normal upload schedule. I honestly have no idea how it will go, but I'm hopeful. I just don't feel good enough to work 24/7 is kind of the issue. And then also, I got my U.S. government concurrent class and ACT practice and all my college stuff. So, and then I'm also super excited to say that I will be starting ground school and flight training, flight school, whatever you like to call it, very soon. I'm super pumped because, of course, we didn't necessarily, like, me and my family, we didn't necessarily, like, held it off, but we kind of were just, I wouldn't say that we were focused on other things, but it was just one of those things in the back of my mind, with the pandemic and everything. We kind of just, and mainly just getting through the school year and everything. But now that I'm feeling better, it was something that we wanted to start sometime this summer. I will be starting flight school very soon, which I'm super excited about. Hopefully I can make some content. I honestly have no idea. Maybe I can just do my experience, but maybe they'll let me film a little bit and we can have some fun with that, because I would love to document that process. But yeah, I definitely have plans on doing a much more in-depth sit-down video about the future, college, and all those sort of things when the time is right. But the time right now is to be definitely working on these airport updates and doing a little bit of everything, because I've been AFK for way too long. And I'm very hopeful at the start of a lot to come. So like I said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Please continue to support. I really appreciate it. And it just means the world to me. I really hope to get back spotting very soon. Tulsa. If everything went according to plan, I will talk about it more in a future video at some point, but I may have got to do a couple hours of spotting at Oklahoma City. So if I did get to do that, I will talk about that. But very excited if I am able to do that, but we'll just have to see what happens, guys. Like I said, I'm sorry that this has been so long. I know it's like a 30-minute update, but there's a lot of stuff to talk about. When you miss 3 months, there's a lot. So, man, oh man. But yeah, next Tulsa update is going to be loaded. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe, trust process. Do what you love and love what you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.